darn. Oh! Dang it. Well, howdy, and welcome back once again to the Withlacoochee River Railroad and the Withlacoochee River Report. Having a little bit of fun running the that old F9 now. It still needs a lot of work. I need to get the body shell sitting a little lower. Why don't you follow me through the intro and we'll come back to it. Okay, as you can see, we're back now from the intro. As you can see, I've straightened up the back a little bit. Had to hammer a board up underneath the bench work there to get it to straighten up. Because both the leg that's right there at this joint, there's a joint right there below those buildings. And there's another, then there's another leg back up that way. Both the legs have been eaten up by, rot. So, that corner of the layout was actually collapsing. As you can see, I don't have the corner up. There's really no leg in the corner. So, I can get under there and I can put one there. And possibly get that straightened up a little bit more. I still need to fix this piece of track over here and change out that 036 or 048 or whatever it is with an 072 piece. It's just one piece of track in there that's a little too short, a little too sharp. Right now I'm taking and changing out the engine again. You saw that that Burlington Northern F9, which will be a Withlacoochee River F9 when I get done with it. You can see that it is running. It doesn't want to run, but it is running. So, Before the end of this video, this train will be changed out, and I'll have different locomotive, maybe even some different cars. Who knows? But that's the plan at the moment. Okay, on the last video, 106, I believe it is, I well, no, it was on one of the shorts. I'm sorry, it was on one of the shorts. Got a comment about from a guy. He said he noticed that I had a few Weaver Weaver boxcars, which I do. I have a few, not too many, but a few. This Burlington car here is an actual Weaver, and it's from their 3-rail days, you know, when they started producing their cars in 3-rail. The SSW, or the Cotton Belt car there, is also originally from Weaver. The mold is, anyway. That's actually a Lionel car. So... but yes, that one is, you know, the molds were originally made by Weaver. I've got a Burlington Northern boxcar the same way. Now, these are more modern cars than you see me typically run. But one of the things he said he was having trouble with, and I'm assuming that he's going by what he was saying in his comment, that he's got a car that's going around the track leaning to one side or the other. Doesn't matter, it's still, but the car would be leaning off to one side and doesn't really come out of it and doesn't really straighten up. And one of the things that I wanted to point out in that video, or in the next video, was the way you fix that. See, unlike Lionel or K-Line or any of the major 3-rail manufacturers, and when I say majors, I mean majors like MTH, Lionel, K-Line, people that only produce 3-rail, and that's all they've ever made. Their trucks actually attach via the inside of the car. They have a screw that goes through the bolster hole and goes into the truck and holds the truck on that way. Weaver was always, and from the very beginning, just like this. As you can see, you've got a screw there that holds the truck on. And of course, this is a Weaver 40-foot PS1 boxcar. And as you can see, that's how the trucks are held on. And if you're running 3-rail, of course, you would have couplers also sitting on top. You'd have the base, or the mount for the coupler, sitting right on top of the truck bolster, and then the thing goes through the... But in order to cure your problem of having your leaning problem, I am assuming you use the long screws for the trucks, which you should. That's what they're there for. You can see that this car sits up pretty straight. The trucks don't have a whole lot of lateral movement, which you don't want a whole lot, but you want just enough that there's enough to equalize the truck. And that's what you got to do. Now you tighten up one truck to where it doesn't have hardly any lateral movement at all, and you tighten up the other one where it has a little bit. Another way of doing that is like how the old Atlas freight cars used to be. If you take a look underneath and you look closely at the bolsters, well, can't really do that here, can I? The trucks actually peg in. They don't screw in unless you change things. But the body bolster has little nibs that stick down. They're molded onto it, and it helps to hold the car up straight. So those trucks don't need to be tightened up. And there's no real way, if you're leaving it bone stock, you don't need to tighten it up anyway. So, I just wanted to get it clear to you. When your trucks are up against the bolster, it should stand up straight. Now, I realize there might be some that'll be a little off. If it's a little off, you still need to straighten it up a little. Just bring one truck in a little tighter, and it should hold it up. So I wanted to get that out of the way. As I was saying a little while ago, I straightened up part of the layout, or part of that corner of the layout, and as you can see, the buildings are sitting up much straighter now. Track, well, now it seems like my derail part has, kind of, the derail has moved from down here to up there. Yeah, why am I not surprised? And that's only going that direction. That direction, they all pretty much stay on the track. So I'm going to have to get this into the layout figured out, especially before I start putting in switches and stuff. And who knows, I might be able to get everything, pretty straight on it beforehand. So that's really all I got for you. Oh, I did do a little bit of... I got this old shelf unit sitting in my backyard for years, so I thought, well, why not put it to use? I got the other two shelves to it, too. So I'll probably be getting that in here somehow, some way. There's some stuff in here that's obviously got to get thrown out. Don't know what it is yet, but it's obviously got to get thrown out. So until it does... But I'm going to get ready, and I'm going to run you a train again. Yes, I started off with the Burlington Northern F9. I've got to still do some work to that. I've got a lot of work to do to that. So the F9 project is still ongoing. Yes, I will get some of it on video. I feel so much better if I don't have to sit there fiddling with video constantly. So let's move on to putting this thing on the track. Okay, well, considering that I feel better after running that train, and y'all got to come along and enjoy it with me, I'm going to just take this moment to wish y'all happy railroading. Tomorrow I actually have a job I get to do, so that'll be, well, that's a good thing. So until next time, happy railroading.